Hi, I'm Jonathan Bales and I'm the author of the Fantasy Football for Smart People book series. I've recently teamed up with FantasyKnuckleheads.com to show you exactly how I go about preparing for fantasy football drafts each year. Today I'm going to introduce you to a few broad fantasy football pre-draft concepts. I'll dedicate extended time to each idea in later videos, so don't get overwhelmed if you feel like you missed something. The first concept we'll cover in this video series is projections. Projections in terms of your exact stat predictions for each player are really the foundation of your draft strategy. Essential to the accuracy of your projections is the idea of consistency, which stats carry over from year to year and which don't. Consistency, or a lack of it, is one reason most experienced owners wait until the last rounds to select kickers and defenses. It doesn't matter how many points players at a particular position will score if you can't accurately predict those performances. Related to the concept of consistency is regression toward the mean. One of the biggest mistakes fantasy owners make is believing that a player's stats over the course of a season or even a few seasons are a reflection of what that player really is in some objective sense. The truth is that fantasy football is a game of percentages, and randomness plays more of a role in outcomes than most of us want to believe. By understanding which stats are likely to regress toward the mean and how they'll do so, you can create more accurate projections. Once our projections are complete, we'll need to turn them into rankings. A lot of fantasy owners will simply use their projections themselves as rankings, drafting players who they think will score the most points. That's a mistake you'll want to avoid due to risk, upside, and scarcity. Just like a stock trader, the best fantasy owners have a keen understanding of how risk and potential reward affect value. Depending on a variety of factors, such as where you are in the draft and your current roster, you may very well want to bypass your best player available, or the player you expect to score the most points, for one with greater upside. Other times, it's best to play it safe and stick with the sure thing. Another factor that makes drafting more complicated than simply selecting your highest projected player is scarcity. In almost all situations, you should draft the players who are outliers at their particular positions. By utilizing scarcity, or how players' projections compare to others within their position, you can create tiered rankings that will help you make the right choices on draft day. Finally, we'll use our rankings to create separate big boards for each position. I advocate this approach because the value of each player in relation to other players at different positions is relative. It changes as the draft unfolds, and that limits the practicality of one overarching big board. No matter how you construct your final draft board, you need to be flexible with it on draft day. I'll show you exactly how to use your board, when it is smart to choose your top-rated player, and when you should actually bypass him. Since this will be an ongoing video series, be sure to check FantasyKnuckleheads.com for continued updates. Thanks for watching and good luck this season.